Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in today to our transition talk as we have a big discussion to talk about this morning here with me, Anna Adams and Pamela Carter. Today, we are going to be talking about the booming population of our elderly. And it's often called the Gray Tsunami or and so we want to talk about that today. We want to talk about how us as doulas can help with this issue. Pam, I know this is something we constantly hear and get. This is like, I don't want to say almost every day I have this conversation with somebody or it gets talked about or brought about is one, we all know our healthcare is hurting big time right now. And that just really, I think, also plays a big role into all of this. What do you think?
Oh, I agree with you, Anna. The healthcare system plays a huge role in it. And, you and I talk about this, the gray tsunami, the silver tsunami. It's the aging population tsunami, any way you look at it. And I went back and just out of curiosity was looking at some statistics through the National Census Bureaus. And I was really shocked. And one of the things it said that our older adults are projected to outnumber children under 18 by 2034. And that's for the first time in history. And we don't have enough children to take care of our aging population. So our families don't have, people have chosen not to have children. They chose careers and now they're aging and there's no one to really help them in what we've always called our golden years. There's no one there to help and assist them. And it's really kind of scary because our medical system is way overtaxed. I mean, we have hospices today telling patients they're going to have to go on a wait list. That just blows my mind. I don't understand how you tell someone that needs hospice you're going to have to go on a waiting list, because if you're in hospice, you need it now.
Right. And many people get on hospice late in the game of this whole thing going on. So it's even a bigger thing. And, I have to say, and I know this has happened too, Pam, with the clients you've worked with as well. But I have actually been working with a lot more clients with terminal diagnosis and having to educate them about hospice.
Yeah.
And in getting them to realize and understand what the benefits are to hospice. And so then they will go and get that admission after we've developed this relationship and talked about it. I've been actually getting that quite more often lately than anything. It's been quite shocking that it's happening more and more often now.
Oh, it is. People don't understand what a gift hospice can be to a family at end stage. And when someone is given that, you should contact here are the hospice agencies, it's time to do this. They're like, no, I'm not ready. Why are you not ready to have additional help? And do you not understand? People seem to think that going into hospice is the signal that, they are in the process of dying, but they feel like that's going to speed it up.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is that hospice is to make the process much easier for everyone. It's to give them that comfort care and to give them that stability of having people that are there for those end stages of life rather than facing them alone. It gives the support to family. Hospice serves such a vital need in the industry, and where hospice ends is where doulas begin. And, the shortcoming with hospice to me is that they can't be there 24/7. They tell you they're there 24/7, but all of us that have worked with hospices know that means they're there by phone. They're not physically present. Where if someone that is on hospice has a doula working with their family, then they've got somebody that can literally be there 24/7.
Right.
that schedule you work with a family, but they're never alone. And it's a proven fact that more people in hospice, the family ends up having to call the hospice facility and say, John's passed, or we think he died. I it just sends cold shivers up my back for a family member to say, we think. They need somebody there that can know. They need somebody there that can say, this is the transition. Yes, they've transitioned, and help them in those final moments and hours to make it easier. And again, coming back to this silver tsunami that we keep talking about, it's really scary to know the number of people that are alone because they've chosen not to have families. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have lots of friends who are career-based people. My best friend is a career-based person that, she's had to take care of her family, but she doesn't have any children. So there will come a day for who's going to take care of her. And I've got another friend that's not in the best of health, that doesn't have any children. And just the other day, she and I sat and talked about the fact she didn't know what she was going to do. Now, the benefit in her life is she's sort of like part of my family. And as we know, I have lots of children, so I have lots of people around that will be willing to step up and help. But it's scary. It's real scary.
Well, and it reminds me of a case I worked with a client. This client was an artist and put a lot of herself into her art and didn't have family. She was the last of her family. And I remember she had to stay in the unit for a little while because she didn't have, we had to set up arrangements for her. But she was still very, very coherent to making her own choices, but didn't have anywhere to go that could be there to be with her, to watch her, to go and get her groceries, to go and get, the things that she needed. And this is where a doula role can help clients, whether they're working in the capacity of a companion client, and then moving into that role of that life planning doula, with their client. And then they can be there to say, okay, you don't have anybody here to care for you. You now are going to need 24-hour care. We would have had these discussions beforehand to say, this is what the plan is. So even in the companion role, we can come in and help set up those things to say, okay, when you're no longer able to walk by yourself, what are we going to do? When you can no longer get out of bed, what are we going to do? And start planning ahead. So companion doulas can really, really be very, very helpful in working with that transition of life with that client and being there through full circle with them there,
Absolutely.
And that's why I always say it. I think it's so important, anyone over 18, to have a doula, because one, that doula can help you set up your life planning, your advanced directives, your vigil planning, your what if I go to the hospital plan, and have all those things set up. And then when that time comes, you can get have a doula, companion doula, whether it's, doesn't necessarily have to be a terminal diagnosis to have, many people don't know that.
I look at doulas like your insurance policy. And people, we plan everything. We plan our births. We plan our vacations. We plan everything that's going on. We plan something as simple as yesterday was Father's Day. Look at all the plans that were around the Father's Day celebration. We plan everything but the biggest event in our life. And we move through life as we move to this event, but this event has no plan. And so if someone can be thinking outside the box, it's just like we buy insurance for our car in the event we have a wreck. We buy medical insurance in the event we get sick. We establish a relationship with a doctor in the event we need them. So what we need to do is people need to establish relationships with doulas, because the event is going to happen. Unlike the car insurance where you may or may not, I mean, I'm lucky. Probably shouldn't say this. I probably jinxed myself. I have not had a car accident. Oh my gosh. The last time I had a car accident, actually, Tiffany, my middle daughter's 36 years old. It's been 36 years and it wasn't my fault. I wasn't at fault. I was hit. But for 36 years, I've continued to pay my car insurance in the event I need it. So why not meet, interview, get to know the doulas that are in your community and find someone and build that relationship? Because this is the event you will need them.
Yeah.
You will not, you know, you may meet your doula today and not need that doula for 5 years or 10 years, depending on where you're at in life. But you're going to need that assistance. And especially if you're older and you're without children. I mean, a statistic that my eyes just fell down on says that there's 92.2 million adults that are age 55 and older. And this was in 2018. And out of those, 15.2 million of them were childless and familyless. Who takes care of them? And it's really sad when you meet an older person that says, I have nobody. You do. You can have somebody. And so people need to educate themselves. They need to understand what a doula can bring. Just like you said, help with grocery shopping, help with coordinating medical appointments. If you're in the hospital, somebody that can call whoever takes care of your pets and say, can I drop, Susie the Basset Hound because Mary's in the hospital? Somebody that can help out, because doulas become family members.
Yes.
We're not outside, we're not medical, because let's face it, as Barbara Carnes says, death is not a medical event. This is not medicine. This is a personal event in life. This is one that we're all going to have, and we need somebody there in our court. And the silver tsunami is coming, and more people are getting older. And I can say, because of my age, I have this conversation with a lot of people just casually. And I worry about the people I meet, because I think to myself, I'm lucky. I've got 3 children I gave birth to and a chosen son. So I've got 4 children in my life. My girlfriend that I had dinner with on Saturday, no children. Both parents are gone. Her brother is distant. What would she do in the event of an emergency?
Right. And that's where, doulas need to go out as well and educate about this, because we don't have enough education going out to educate our community. I just had a conversation just 2 days ago with someone who said, wow, I thought end of life doulas were only for at the end of life. And I said, no, doulas can come in and help so much sooner than that. So there is so much education that has to go out into the community, and we need to start now. We need to get this movement going. We need to get this education out to our communities. We need to just share as much as possible.
Doulas need to be out calling on their senior citizen centers. They need to be out getting involved. I mean, go play bingo at your local bingo location, because seniors love to play bingo. And you've got an audience there that you can get to know of people, where you can introduce yourself. Get out and network. Get to know your elder law attorneys who are setting up wills and trusts and doing these things for the older seniors. Get out and go to your local churches and get to know the pastors and the ministers, where they can introduce you to their senior population. Get the word out there. We are the best kept secret. We are literally the best kept secret, because people just do not understand the services that we bring. Unfortunately, when you tell someone, I like to use the term transition doula, Because when you say I'm an end of life doula, people are like, I don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at the end of my life. I just, in fact, on Friday had a conversation with someone whose mother is in ICU. Mom's in ICU. She's not doing well. Likelihood is she's not going to come home. And when I tried to have this gentle conversation about what I could bring to the table for her, she shut me down just like it was like a door slamming in my face. She went silent because she doesn't want to discuss that possibility. But it's so important for people to understand what we can do, the broad spectrum that doulas serve. And then our doulas have to get out and educate, 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 educate.
A lot of education needs to be done out there. And so the need for us is so, so great. We just need to get out and share that what we do, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really, well, what it really boils down to. So Pam, let's just kind of touch in for the week as well with everyone, just letting them know what things we, you know, we have our summer summit coming up soon. So we'll be getting out the information. Our mentoring program, oh my goodness, I love the group of doulas that we have in that program. We have some amazing doulas there that are just, I mean, all of them are just so amazing that they are building, and just the assignment of building their business and getting out there and making the community connections. So
Yes.
I encourage any doulas out there that if you need that help and guidance, IDLM is definitely here to help guide you. And, you know, so next week on our talk, we're going to have a special guest, you know, speaking about our silver tsunami, our gray tsunami here. We're going to have our special guest, Mary Thorsby, who is the executive director of Abode Contemporary Home here in San Antonio, Texas. And there's some other homes throughout the United States. And so we're going to have a chat with her next week. And I am super, super excited to share what they do there, because this is something that, again, doulas, you can look for your area and see if you have something similar to this in your area that you can be able to help your clients with. This is a great resource. So we're super, super excited to have her next week joining us.
To talk to Marianne. She's always, I come away with something new every time I listen to this lady.
So yeah, so it's going to be really, really awesome. So I'm really, really excited for next week's chat. And so we just, you know, we're gearing through the summer and getting ready. You know, if you are called to this and you are ready to start this calling that you have, we do have our self-paced right now where you can jump in and join and start, you know, getting your education right now and being prepared to get out there in the doors, get out the door and get your feet wet and get moving on your doula journey. Or if you want to join our live classes, we have 3 remaining live classes this year that will be taking place. 2 of them start in August, which is one is our Wednesday class that starts August the 3rd. Then we also have our August 20th class that is our Saturday class. And then in September, we're going to condense a little bit. I wouldn't, well, condense is not a good word. I would say we are going to have 4-hour classes starting in September, which is going to be an 8-week course, taking everything that we do in our longer course, just doing it in more hours connected together. That will start in mid-September. So 3 last offerings for the year to get your doula education and get ready, because that's what we do teach in our doula program. We don't just do end-of-life death doula. We also include companion doula, life planning doula, and end-of-life doula. So it's all 3 rolled up into one, because I always say, Pam, it's working your business full circle.
Yes.
You know, you got to work your business full circle in order to serve your community and to do this. If this is something you want to do full time. And so we have a live discovery this week as well on Wednesday night. And if you can't come to our live, know that you can go onto our website at www.International Doula Life Movement, and you can do a self-paced discovery there too. So, but if you want to come in live and join me and Pam on Wednesday night, just go to our Facebook page, go to our website, or excuse me, our Facebook page, or if you're watching on from Instagram, you can click in through Instagram into our link tree. There is a link to our discoveries there as well. Or just email us at doula support at International Doula Life Movement, and we can send you the link so you can come and join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central for a live discovery. Get your questions that you may have answered right then and there live with us. And, another thing I want to bring up too, Pam, which is so amazing, that, even if they're doing our courses, any of our core courses, you can sign up, gain access to our community for free,
which is amazing.
And start looking through all the resources and joining our live events and workshops and things that we do.
There is nothing out there like the movement.
Mm-hmm.
There is, because we do the continuing education, we don't charge for the continuing education. We have guest speakers come in. We've got some really great people that we're talking to now, trying and getting them lined up, trying to figure out where we're going to put everybody come the fall with CE classes. And with the book club is doing, oh my gosh, Book Society is doing amazing things. I mean, we had Barbara Carnes and we did her in her life series. She's got other books in her series that we're going to be doing. And we were given access, one of the first groups to be given access to her bedside companion. And we are fixing to dive into that booklet. And then she's going to come back talking to us about that. And so there's so many things, and we've got so many authors lined up. We've got another author coming in. Joanne Marks is coming in July to talk to us about Out of the Storm, which is an adolescent book for siblings that have lost their siblings. So we're constantly in the movement giving that education. And if it's happening and we can get our hands on it, we're grabbing it.
Yeah. We have a special movie coming up too. So, I mean, we have so many different things coming up. So we're definitely still, even though it's the summer and we're still making travel time and things like that with our, our graduates and our students are still traveling around, they can still go back in and watch if they're away, whatever the case might be. So you want to make sure you go to join.internationaldoulalifemovement.com to join the movement, or take one of our core classes and receive the movement for free.
And Anna, you said movies, and I forgot, because we do have 2 movies coming up.
Yes.
We actually have a movie coming up Sunday, June 26th. That is a compassion and choice movie that is amazing. And we're going to have that movie, and we're going to have a discussion afterwards. And then we have a movie that's being previewed in theaters that we're talking to that director this Wednesday about that scheduled for our group. So we do everything we can. And it's exciting to be a part of the movement. It's exciting when people come in and go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. So if you're a doula that's looking for a home, we got you.
Yep. We're definitely a family. That's we've had some new members join in, and they said, man, this is what I've been looking for. This is so, already making connections with all the other doulas, and it's just awesome. So yeah, so definitely I will add the links into the comment section for the community, and as well as to our website. As always, you are welcome to always message us at doula support at International Doula Life Movement if you'd like to or if you have any questions. We also have a link on our website to our booking website so that you can book with Pam or I. And so I'm really super, super excited for next week, and some more exciting news we'll be sharing next week. So I hope everyone can join us next week, next Monday, here for IDLM's Transition Talk.
Yes.
All right, everyone, have a fabulous week. We'll see you soon.
Have a good week.